Hello my fellow gamers and welcome once again to my SimCity video tutorials. This is going to be our fourth building tutorial in a city which we have planned out in our first four planning tutorials. I have already placed the school, the clinic, the fire station, no police station because we have no crime, our town hall is over here, our utilities are up here with the sewage, here with the dump, over here we have the wind power plant, and we are going to expand it inside these hills with small wind turbines so we do not take up any space. And the water tower is over here. Our industry is down here, while our residential is with commercial all around here. The middle part is high vault, and I'm only using high vault parks because everything that outside of the high vault circles are medium wealth, so there's no need for medium parks. You can have medium wealth just from these extra areas which are from the buildings that give off land value, like the fire station, school, town hall and the clinic, and the combined effect from these parks. So this is our low wealth part of the city, another low wealth part of the city, our medium and high wealth, but the thing is we seem to be short on workers. We have about 130 and 180 and 12 unfilled jobs, so I could, for example, destroy these buildings and that would free up those workers and reduce the number that I need, but I would rather expand my city more. Now this side of the city we have already planned out in our planning videos how the road system over here is going to look like. So right now I'm going to pause the game and try to build it as I planned it. Now, as this isn't sandbox, I have to be very careful on how much money I spend and that I do it perfectly from the first try, so I don't have to destroy and bulldoze anything. Right here are my oil wells. I do not wish to cover up the soil, so I have to be careful where I'm placing my roads. Now I will be using this medium avenue because once I build this road and this bridge part, because this is going up, it has to have bridges, there is going to be something very interesting here. Whoever watched the previous videos knows what I'm talking about. So I will be using an avenue and not a normal road because I don't wish to have to destroy the normal road later on and rebuild everything. I should have just enough money to get this started. So what exactly am I talking about? Well, without further ado, it goes something like this. Now check this out. There we go. Now at the moment it's dark, so you don't see what exactly is down here, but down here is the water. This means that this is now a hole which can be used to create a tunnel through. Now I do not have enough money right now, but I do have enough so I can just show you how this is going to look like. You see this? Now I have just created a tunnel because of the way that that avenue climbed that hill and created a hole all the way down to the water. Now this, if I make this tunnel at this spot, it's going to allow me to have people that are going to live on the left side use that tunnel to go through down to their jobs at the factories and not have to have an intersection with the avenue, which means that I'm going to reduce the amount of traffic that's going to be traveling at in this part of the city and to any other part of the city. Now I do not have enough cash at the moment, so I'm just gonna have to be patient and wait for it to come in. Now there are no more missions. Actually there is a mission that I'm waiting for at the moment, because as the school gains, if you haven't watched the previous videos, I'm going to tell you about it. I have chosen Guide Me in Education, which means I specialize in education, even though this is going to be an coal extraction, oil extraction and oil refining city, but at the moment I specialized in education so I can get these missions and get the money that completing these missions gives you. So at the moment I'm just waiting for 80 more students to attend class, and then I'm going to get a lot of simoleons for that. And there we go. Mission finished, 20,000 simoleons. Beautiful. Now I have enough money to continue building this part of the city. Now, the reason I'm going with medium density instead of low density is because I'm not sure that I can easily upgrade this tunnel from one street type to another, so I'm just gonna go with the type that I'm going to use for the end game, as it were. Now, this can be tricky, as you saw in the planning videos, so it may take me a few tries to actually manage to hit the right spot. The interesting thing is a moment ago when I didn't have enough money, I managed to hit the perfect spot in the first try, and now it's probably gonna take me 100 tries to hit it again. Beautiful, just beautiful. No! You tricky, cheeky bastard! That was not what I wanted. Not in the least. Cheeky bastard. Oh well. Suppose we could destroy these roads and then somehow get something not so wide. Ah, there we go. Okay, I can live with that. This amount of space will be wasted, but the traffic decrease is well worth it. Now I just need to finish connecting this part. Now I am going to use a bit cheaper roads now. Ah, there we go. Now we managed. Now anybody who wants to work here and is coming from this part of the town will use the tunnel, while anybody who wants to work here can use this avenue. Now this part here isn't connected at the moment, but I am going to connect right now. Now this avenue has to be continued on, so maybe just up until here, and then from here I'm going to go from the left side. Whenever you go from the left side, it's easier to connect again to a road and make it straight, because if you are going from that road, it usually doesn't wish to go straight. Now there's another trick that I'm going to use here. I'm going to disconnect these two, so any people who live on this part will be using the tunnel, and any people who live here will be using this avenue. Now we need to divide this. Whoever watched my previous videos knows what technique I'm going to use to be able to have too high density on each side of the road. The trick is, if you remember, if you have watched, and if you haven't, you're going to hear it now. I use these trees, and I count 3 trees, because 3 of them plus a road equals a high density building on each side of the road. So 1 green tree, 1 dark green tree, 2 dark green trees, 3 dark green trees, and that's where you draw the road. Now this way you have made sure that you're going to have enough room on the right and on the left for a high density building. Same here. 1, 2, 3, which means pull the road here, and now you are definitely sure, and you can even check that, but by using one of these simple walkways, or these tall 3 rows, or 3 line walkways, because they're about the same length as a high density building. So as you can see here, no problem, no problem. From this side as well, from this side as well. So we are going to have 4 blocks of high density once we get there, and they're all going to have enough room. Now for about up here, we are going to connect this tunnel, and we are going to go up to about here, and these 2 roads are going to be connected. Now I'm not connecting it with this road, because I wish to make sure that these people from here will not go from here all the way here, from here and then over here to work once I have a coal mine, because that's going to be too far away from them. They're going to go from here into the tunnel, into these factories, or maybe later on into these oil derricks. Also, I need to expand this side of the city. Now on the right side, because of the counting of 3 trees, I'm definitely going to have enough room on the right. On the left, somewhere I will have enough room, somewhere I won't, because of this tunnel. And also I'm going to leave this part not connected. Now from here I need to make some additional streets in order to have places to zone, so these people won't be zoned on this street but on adjacent streets. In order to check just how far away do I need to go, this would be one high density, which means that my road can go up about here. As you can see, I'm ignoring what the road guides are telling me. I'm doing my own thing. But now I will be using the road guide because it goes from this to the next one, and it is the perfect size for a high density building. Now I have to choose, do I wish to have more people going into this street, or do I wish to connect them to this street and have them go into this part. Now since this is already taking up a lot of space and there's going to be a lot of people living there, I think it would be better to use connections to this road here. So let's see, now there's too many guides, so I'm going to press escape to clear it and see about making some more streets here. So about this much. We can even go to this side. From here, too many guides again. Just want my guides. This would be too close. Well, then we're just gonna jump it and go over here. From here, another one can go up to this, but not connect. And there's enough room to go one more to either side. Now, as you can see, they're not going to have enough room to go high density up there. Now, not even over here. Well, that just means that this part is gonna have to be used for something else, some maybe schools, buildings, parks, who knows, depends later on. For now, there won't be enough room for any housing. Now, since if I zone here, that means that I'm only going to have some few houses here, few houses here, and there won't be any ability to zone here because I want to keep these streets, which are going to be the ones that the traffic is going to be using the most, clear. So what I can do is connect it like this, and now I have some more room to zone. Can keep zoning over here. Now, as you can see, I am wasting a lot of space here, but if I were to make roads which would allow me to have more of this small housing, then I would have to rethink this entire area, and later on I would probably have to destroy some of those roads in order to allow for high density. So I'm just going to stick with doing it like this for now. Also, I'm now just zoning residential to be able to see just how much space am I going to fill up, and then I'm going to unzone parts of it in order to place commercial inside these residential zones. As you can see, it's telling me it's red. That means even if I zone here, there's not going to be enough room even for a small house. So I'm not even going to zone over there. Okay, I believe that covers that. Now we are going to unzone small pieces and put in commercial, so that these people don't have to walk very far in order to get to their shopping. Something a little over here. Let's say some shopping here. There really isn't enough space here for any extra shopping, so I may try expanding it like this and then having the shops be here. Luckily there is enough space over here and over here. Same thing on this side. That looks fine. Now the question is, do I leave this at low land value and only have workers that are gonna be filling up these jobs?